Welcome to the studio. We're doing a tour today because the studio never looks this good. Kelly and I spent a long time cleaning, organizing, having our artwork ready for presentation. This is Kelly's work here. She's a paper artist, very like minimal, modern, elegant type work. Very calming, soothing colors compared to my color palette, which is kind of fun. I like that our studio has both of those things going on, but honestly, it feels pretty harmonious in here. Also, yes, there's 4 of us in here. So me and Kelly definitely take up the majority of the space, but then we have 2 other artists in here who we have like a whole desk bar. I'll show you that in a sec, but we have like 4 desk stations. So 2 of those desks are the other artists. And then Kelly and I have desks as well at the bar, but then we take up the majority of like the other space in here. Okay, let's move along. Okay, so this is the entrance. We've got Kelly's work up here. This is all my storage down here. I bet you'll never guess what's in here. Take a second. Guess. Okay, guess time is over. Oh, I guess it's a little empty, but it's just like 60 water bottles. Maybe it's, no, I bet it is that much. I think I had like 80 water bottles. There's some over there. I've forced my friends to take some. I do really like them. I think they're cute. Oh, let me show you them. So just like the perfect little size water bottle. And then this might be hard to show up on camera, but it's just like a little illustration I did, and then it has my Instagram handle, and it's like houses, trees, a bird. This to me is like you're walking around your neighborhood and you have your water bottle. That was the idea behind this. So I've got these, which are gonna be available for sale. Yeah, so I've started setting this up. This is like the free section. Well, there is some free stuff over there too, but we've got free little matchbooks. I made these many, many years ago. Honestly, I think I made these pre-pandemic. And they have my website and logo. Luckily, I still have the same logo and website, so they're not that outdated. I don't want them, they're free. I have a bunch of enamel pins. They are also free. We've got these peaches. Maybe it's a butt, maybe it's a peach, maybe it's both. Then we have, this is technically a set, but it's the apple and cider donut set. So, but people can just pick whatever they want. I think that's all I have in there. Then we have some free pencils. These have my website on it. The colors on these are not my favorite, which is why I kind of just want them to go. I thought this pinkish color would have been, it's too purple. I don't like how purple it is. It's giving Barney, it's not for me. So that's the free stuff. Then I have my water bottles, which are 10 bucks for today. I might change my mind. And then we have my knitter hats, which you are probably familiar with if you watch my channel. So yeah, I've got all the different colors here. The trick is that they're not all done. Oh, only 3 brown, and then I've got some empties, but it looks nice and full, and I'll probably stitch them up today when there's downtime during open studios. And then, yeah, I have like a bunch of cubbies down here. I've got some books, and I keep a lot of, you'll see I have like lots of cones of yarn. This is actually for rug tufting, which I have the equipment for. I just haven't done it in a hot second, but I've still got all the yarn. And then some of this is also like good for chain stitch. Oh yeah, here's the Open Studios graphic I made. Okay, we're getting closer to the couch area, which is fun. So while I was, there's a thread. While I was organizing and getting ready for Open Studios, I realized I was cleaning out some drawers I hadn't looked at in ages, and I realized I had all these Rizzo prints. So there used to be a Rizzo printer in the studio. It belonged to my studio mate. And basically when I was all alone in here during the pandemic, the height of it, I just printed a lot. I got pretty good at Rizzo printing. It is kind of tricky. This is probably the best print I've ever done, technically speaking. This is inspired by my time in Japan. So yeah, I have all these lovely prints. So that's fun. I have those at $15. Oh, sorry, you can probably hear all the hammering. Everyone is getting ready. It's like the last hour before open studios, everyone's in panic mode. Okay, then I have my bow hats just over here. I don't have too many of them left, so I have those on sale. I've got my bow beanies, they're also on sale. Okay, I'm probably gonna be a little bit backlit here, but basically, hello. This is where I film most of my videos, and I've got my wall art over here. Pretty much all of this is for sale. There's a couple things not for sale, all labeled as such. And then, yeah, I don't know, I'm trying to give you like a bigger view currently. I moved my chain stitching table. It's normally in the corner. That's kind of my work area. So I moved it front and center for two reasons. One, I want this area to be like, come hang out and chill with me, and I will customize some chain stitch for you, or customize stuff with chain stitch. What am I saying? Or I have been promoting that you can bring your own garment and I'll stitch on it. So I've got like blank beanies and blank illustrated bandanas over here. So this is like the custom section. And yeah, I hope people hang out over here. Oh yeah, so two reasons. One, I want this to be the chain stitch section. And then also, I kind of have it, so we have the desk bar over there, and then I've kind of blocked this and we'll block the other end. So our studio will only be accessible in this area, but like our desk work area with our computers and stuff, and I don't really want anything touched over there, so that's all blocked off, which I think will be for the best. I'm obsessed with this plant. Let me show you it. Okay, I just turned you around for a second because this plant is crazy. I keep attaching it to this pole. The goal is that it's just gonna go up and get huge, but it's very big, the leaves are huge, and it has these things. If you're a plant person, I mean, I'm also a plant person, but what are these? I think they're blooms. I think they're flowers, but I've never seen a plant like this bloom before, and there's 3 of them now, which is crazy. I'm like, please bloom. What do I need to do to make that happen? Okay, this is probably what most of my channel is familiar with. This is where I record my knitting YouTube videos, and yeah, this is my art wall. I've made all of these pieces. I do get questions about them, so I am scared my studio mate's gonna walk in. I just get embarrassed. They are chain stitch and rug tufting, and then I have one gouache painting, which is that one. I can probably go into detail at another time, if you're interested. I do think it would be fun to do a video where I just take you through the process of chain stitching one of these pieces, because they are quite tedious and time consuming. But I love making them. And I think it's a fun way to translate my digital illustration to fiber art. So that's that. I do know this is a bit backlit. There's not really anything I can do about that, but I really want to show this area. So this is my chain stitching machine. Again, this is normally over there. This is like special that it's brought out over here. So yeah, hopefully if today goes well, I'll be at this station all day customizing things and having a great time, chatting with people on the couch. That's the hope. This can also be chain stitched. I brought in my own bag so that I can show an example of how I stitch along the strap. So I guess I still have to switch that over. This is my favorite plant, probably. It's a Albo Monstera. And it does crisp up very easily, especially the leaves that are majority white. Not really much you can do about that. But I bought this, so these plants are like worth a lot of money, or they used to be worth a lot of money. But in the height of when they were, we're talking like $1,000. I did not buy mine for that. Don't worry, I'm not that person. But I did buy like a single leaf cutting off with like a stem. You need the stem. Off of someone on Facebook Marketplace for maybe like $45. And I've grown this plant out of it. It actually used to be way bigger, and then I chopped it down because it wasn't doing so well, and this is multiple cuttings. Anyways, I also really love plants, so I could go on and on about that. But I'm gonna use this as like, I'm gonna put it in the corner so it blocks off this area. Okay, now we're really in my territory. So this is kind of my corner of the studio. Hello. Yeah, this is like my desk area over here. I might not show you this, it's a hot mess back here. But I do have banana bread, in case you're wondering. Freshly baked this morning by yours truly. So yeah, the chain stitch machine is normally here. I've got my thread over here. I actually just moved this here and I really like how it looks. I have all of these books, lots of romance books, perhaps some smut, but also cookbooks. And you might be like, Monique, why do you have all of these here? That's weird. But I've illustrated all of these. So if you are not familiar with my work, I'm a commercial illustrator, but I've done a lot of book covers. I did one romance novel and it just spiraled from there, which I'm very thankful for. It's been a great career. I'm excited to keep going. Maybe I'll show you some closer and you can tell me if you've read any. Oh wait, also I do want to talk about one other thing. So I also kind of reorganized this area, but I finally just framed and hung up this series. So I got to do posters for the Boston Celtics. Crazy sentence. But yeah, I was their artist in residency this past season, not the current season. I don't know who the new artist will be. I'm very curious. But yeah, this is my poster series I got to do with them. I'm very proud of that work. Oh, this was my very first book by Amanda Sellett. Is that in frame? I think that's kind of in frame. That was my first ever book. It was a full wraparound cover. I've also done like just lettering. So when I first started my career, I was really into lettering. So this is hand drawn. Very cute, very in season. Oh, here's a very popular one, of course, Casey McQuiston. This was cool because this has come out in so many other languages. So I think I actually saw this, where was I? France? I saw this in an airport and it was in another language, and that was really cool to see. These ones are kind of fun. Or wait, no, I like this one more because it has a Highland cow on it. But same author. Authors do, well, some authors always pick different illustrators, and then some authors try to keep their books looking the same. What else do I want to show? Oh, I feel like this one is popular. I think people like this cover, and that makes me happy. It's really nice to see. And I've done a lot of this author's books at this point. So that's fun. Every now and then I get to do like the full book, which I really love doing. So this, I did the end papers, I did all of the illustrations inside. You know what, I actually don't know how much I can show about that on, on YouTube. Okay, one more. I think this one's fun. Again, I did the type. Most of my covers, I do the lettering as well as the illustration. I don't know if I'm centered. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I'm not gonna show, I don't feel like exposing my crazy desk area right now because while we were organizing and cleaning, a lot of stuff went there, so maybe another time. Yeah, so this is kind of the desk bar I had mentioned, and it's nice because it's like, this can be a work area. So this is my studio mate, Alex. It's like everyone has their coordinating cabinets, counter space, desk area, and then back wall is like a single person. I think it's set up quite nicely. So yeah, this is Alex, she's an illustrator. And then we have Erin, more like mixed media. And Owen felting. But yeah, this is the workstation. I do like that Alex tends to work here, which is really nice, and then I'm over there, so we can like see each other and just chat. It's always nice. The tea's passing by. Okay, I'll give you one last angle of, I guess, my view at the chain stitching station, what I see. So yeah, this is like the other end of the room. You are placed right in front of my chain stitching machine. That's the entrance doorway. And then we've got Kelly's area over here. She's very organized. It's inspiring. And then this is kind of like some flat files and cutting station for me, along with a printer that is not very good. Yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna end this like quick tour here because I probably have some more last second stuff to do for Open Studios before people get here. But I do plan to film during this weekend. So I'll see you there. Hello. Do we like this angle? Oh, this is cute. Wow. I'm so tired. So it's the next day, Sunday. So yesterday was the first day of Open Studios. Today's the second day. Yeah, I am tired, but wow, yesterday was amazing. We had, it's like a slow start, but we had a lot of people come in. It was really cool to make a lot of connections and have people see my work, see Kelly's work. Really cool. I sold pieces on this wall. There's missing pieces. I fully was not expecting that. Ooh, my monstera leaf is unfurling. I will show you that. Wow, I'm feeling very fulfilled, very happy. It's already been a success, even if if nothing happens today, I'm already so happy. So yeah, well, the first crazy thing is I sold the largest piece I had on the wall. So yeah, having that be the first sale, wild. It was called Two Coffees, and it was a chain stitch piece I did years ago, honestly. So I did price things to sell, and that piece was inspired actually by a photo I took when I was in Australia at a cafe, and it was actually of my friends Epek and Chris, and it didn't look like them in any way, but I used the image because I liked their poses, and then I drew from there. I wasn't trying to do like portraits of them. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, so that piece sold. Oh yeah, the tufted house piece sold. My friend Nikki bought that one, so that was really nice. It'll be nice to know that like it's in a nice home. I'll get to see it again whenever I see her place, so that's cool. I sold a small rug tufted piece, like right there. So I have the large like fruit bowl tufted work, and then I have the smaller one, and the smaller one sold. It was these two women, and they were like, well, one of them bought that piece, another one bought another piece. But that was exciting because they were so like clearly fiber art enthusiasts. So they're asking me questions, and they just were like enthralled, which is obviously like, it just feels so good. So that was exciting. And then her friend was eyeing a piece I have on the wall in between the windows here. I did not even consider the artwork I have over here. Again, it's old work. It's just like part of my studio. I don't even register it at this point. So I didn't even price those works. But she was really interested in it. So yeah, I don't know. I just named a price, again, priced it to sell. I did price it lower than everything on this wall because it was not in a frame. It was actually my first exploration into doing chain stitch in my more like illustrative all over style. So that was cool. That sold. Again, I was not, I really did not expect these things to sell. So, oh yeah, it was my first time. I literally like 3 days ago now, I guess, bought like a square reader. Oh yeah, why am I so far away? I guess because I have to hunch. Okay, but yeah, I bought a square reader just to be more official. I also, because I'm going to do a market, I know I will need it for the market, so I was like, I might as well have it for open studios. Thank God I did. So I was accepting payments with this, but in Square, you kind of put in your inventory. So when you go to charge someone, you just like click the items. I had none of the artwork in there. So every time I sold a piece, I had to be like, I mean, the customers I don't think could tell, but I had to do add item and then, input the info and then charge them. Which was fine. It took like an extra 30 seconds. It's no big deal, but it's just kind of funny. Oh yeah, and then I sold a lot of beanies. So I sold some of these like pre-done bow beanies, and then I had in the center I have like a bunch of blanks, and I did probably six custom embroidered ones. So that was cool. There were some kids in here who were all excited about it. I love seeing that. What else? I mean, besides buying things or having people buy things, it also was just so like I had some really fulfilling conversations. So oh yeah, I had an illustrator come in. Her name is Sharon. Sharon Moon. She gave me this postcard. She told me she was going to come in. She gave me a postcard and some stickers. Anyways, very cool. So it was nice to meet her. We chatted a little bit. Her son was very cute. And then what else? Oh my God. Amy of Knits stopped by. I'm a fan of her YouTube. I immediately recognized her. Her and her friend bought some knitter hats. That was really cool. And yeah, I don't know. I felt very lucky. and then also these two guys came in. I didn't catch their names. I'm not good with names, if I'm being honest. But they immediately clocked my chain stitch embroidery machine and recognized it. So most of the time I have to explain what this is, which fair enough. It's kind of a rare machine, but also people usually do appreciate it because it's pretty industrial looking. It's like clearly old. It is old. It's over 100 years old. Anyways, they immediately clocked it. They knew what it was. They were so excited. They're interested in buying one. So it was fun to just like nerd out, explain the machine to them, how it works. I need to prepare a little bit before today. Well, I want to try and squeeze in some work before the doors open. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully day 2 goes well. I'll check in with you. And yeah, it's very exciting. I'm so happy. So day 2 was just as amazing. I met so many incredible people, a lot of fiber enthusiasts, which are my favorite kind of people. I met someone from the Cambridge Quilt Guild, I believe. So that's something I'm going to look into. It sounds very cool, and takes place at my local yarn store. I didn't sell any big pieces of artwork, but I was certainly kept very busy with the custom chain stitch orders. I did a lot of beanies, and then a couple bandanas. And then, yeah, I had some friends visit the studio, so that was nice. Yeah, it was super busy. I didn't have time to eat lunch. I was just go, go, go. But yeah, I'm very thankful. And I think I'm going to end the video here. So thank you so much for watching. I will share below my studio mates' Instagrams if you are interested in their work, so you can follow them. And I guess that's everything I have to say. This was a little bit different than my normal style of video. Maybe like slightly more casual with the tour and everything. But I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see more of my studio, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!